Hi, welcome back. We are at, there we go. Get my head out of the way. We're at Gapyeong Station, and today we're going to Nami Island, or Nami Sam. So this is the station you guys want to arrive at, this one right here. There's two ways you can get here, just like with Chuncheon. You can take the normal subway or the ITX. I took the ITX today. We're gonna go to Nami Island, which is a little island not too far away from Seoul. It's about 40 minutes by ITX, or hour and a half by normal subway. And this island's actually it's part of Korea, but also its own independent kind of nation. You don't need your passport, but they give you a passport like for ticket entry to go into the island. It's just a ticket, but they call it a passport because this technically an island nation, but it's part of Korea. So we're going to this small island. It's like walking across the island is about 3 hours if you want to do everything. Walking from one end to the other end is like maybe 30 minutes. But to go and see all the things on the island, there's so many things to do. So I'll go ahead and be quiet now and show you how to get over there. So. Alright, hello again. Sorry about that. I was a little bit in a rush to get on that bus. So the bus, very quickly for those of you who want to know what bus I got on or couldn't hear what I said, I got on the 10-4 and it's very quick. It was like 5 minutes to get here because I'm here in the morning, by the way, about 11 in the morning. But this is the bus stop. You can see it here. Nami Sam. All you have to listen for is Nami Sam, but the bus drivers, they're very used to this path. It's not very big route, but you can see behind me this monstrosity as well. But almost all of the buses take this route to go to Nami Sam, and you just have to, like, if you're unsure, all you have to say is Nami, and the bus driver is so used to the question, like, yeah, I'm going to Nami Island, yeah. So it's very, very simple. You will most likely be able to get to the island. No problem. And you can actually walk here too from the station as well. Maybe a 20-30 minute walk. The reason you might want to do that is sometimes, especially when it gets to the afternoon, this place gets super crowded. As you can see, there's a lot of guys hustling to get them to park because a lot of people do drive here as well. But this place can get really packed in the afternoon. So I strongly recommend getting for the early train, coming here early in the morning as a 9 or 10. They do open at like 6 a.m. to be able to come to this island. But yeah, you don't want to come here in the afternoon. You want to leave in the afternoon, if anything. But still, leaving in the afternoon can be packed as well. So that is my little tip for you. But there's a lot of restaurants right outside the island as well. So we're just kind of walking to the island. And while we're walking there are two ways to get to this island. There is the very fun, but maybe scary for some people, zip line way, which you can see over here, this big tall tower basically. The other way you can get to the island is by ferry. That's the only other way you can get to the island. And you can see these Hanok style buildings over there. That's where you will check in. As you can see behind me, we got immigration, right? I told you there's basically going to the island is a whole like different area as well. It is part of Seoul still, but it is its own kind of republic, I guess. So you don't have to enter through the gates, but this is the place where you're going to pay for your entry visa / ticket to go to the island. It's not very expensive. It's about 10,000 won. You have a couple different options as well. You can actually buy a passport, which is 38,000 won, I believe. And the passport allows you to enter the island throughout the year without paying, you know, the fee to go to the island. So it's a one-time payment to come to the island however many times you want throughout the year. So if you come here pretty frequently, I do recommend the passport, but I don't come here too often. I just mostly come during the different seasons, which is spring, summer, fall, and winter. Just at least one time during those seasons, because the island is very pretty and very different across those different seasons, especially in the fall. Very, very, very pretty. So let's go ahead and buy our ticket. All right, we got our very official passport ticket / receipt to go to the island. That's all it takes. And I was wrong. I was sorry. I thought it was 10. That was the discount. It is 13,000 won to get onto the island. And now all we have to do is basically just walk through immigration and take the ferry. And there's a lot of ferries actually, so you don't end up waiting too long to take the ferry to go to the island. Especially throughout the day, they start having 2 or 3 ferries go back and forth to the island, so you never have to wait too long. And they just do a standard check. Again, I have to emphasize, you don't need your passport, all right? You don't need your passport to actually go to the island. It is just a formality, I guess, for all this. But it is a republic, so that's why they have all of this as well. Yes, we're on the ferry. Oh, yeah. We are on our way to the island. Like I said, these ferries go pretty fast actually, but the island, as you can see, is also not that far. But you can see the wires up top too, where we could be ziplining to the island. But maybe someday, maybe another day, we'll zipline to the island. Alright, we made it. Made it across the ferry, made it across the lake. We're officially Nami Island, or Nami Republic, however you want to say it. Like I said, this island is it's not super big, but it is fairly large in size to like walk around and see everything. They got a couple different activities on here. They have an Ostrich Park. They have like just a whole park area of trees to relax, take a picnic in. A couple different restaurants. There's some, as well as like small zipline activities. Here they have exchange. They have shops. There's just so many things you can do here in Nami Island. And they do hold a lot of events as well. I don't know how often these days because of the virus, but they tend to have like dance events or cultural events or things like that to like encourage people to come. But we will we'll just kind of go ahead and go take a tour, take a walk through the island. I don't know how many of the activities we'll do, and I'm not sure how much of the island I'll be able to show, just because it is fairly large. It is fairly large to do everything. So if this video is well liked, then we'll probably come back here again and do more stuff, basically. So here's Nami Island as a whole. Kind of hard to see everything on there, but there's just kind of the various stuff that they have on here. But yeah, there's we're Nami Wharf, which is right there. That's where we're starting. We're pretty much starting at the tip of one island, and we're just going to kind of just make our way across to the other end. There's kind of different ways you can go across, right? You have these people over here that are going on these trikes and stuff. There's also bikes that you can rent on the island, but the bike rentals are actually pretty steep compared to like just doing a normal bike rental in Seoul. But as you can see, this place, it's so pretty here. One of my favorite places to come and check out. Just kind of take in the view. And as I mentioned before, this place is very seasonal, so I strongly recommend coming here during any of the seasons. The best season by far is fall, because all these trees, which is a very picturesque view here, these rows of trees here will actually be all orange, yellow, red. I think these trees specifically will be a bright yellow, and just kind of walking through the middle of the, almost like a forest. And we're just going to take this nice path here, just walk through this, go to the other side, and then kind of do everything else in between. Like I said, they're very friendly to I guess having a lot of people come and visit the island. It is a very touristy place, but it is one of my favorite touristy places in Korea to come to, and it feels quite different actually from being in like Seoul. Not just because it's more foresty and more like of a park, but it does actually feel like you're in a completely like different country almost. This place is very, very gorgeous. Alright guys, we're about to go ahead and enter the Goblin Village, or the Goblin Knoll. I don't know why I kind of spoke like Arnold Schwarzenegger there a little bit. But I think in most cultures, there's always like some goblin kind of fairy tales and stuff. I'm sorry guys, I wish I kind of knew more historical things about the island. I mostly just come out here to relax and kind of see the pretty different things. There are a couple different historical reasons to this place as well. If we have time to see it today, there is a memorial. Like I said, I mostly just come out here to come and see all the different things. I think he's a trustworthy guy. Just giving a high five. And yeah, we make our way out of the scary goblin knoll. I just love these little. It's just got a lot of neat things. Like there's a little tiny wooden bridge that looks very sketchy, but also kind of fun. I'm easily amused. And over here we do have like the main kind of hub area, in my opinion at least, where you have a bunch of different shops and restaurants. So you do have your pick basically of what you'd like to eat, and there's a couple different activities as well. Over here to our left, this is where all the bike rentals are, as well as the there's a sky bike. See if we can't see that. Sky bike is just like it's like a rail bike that's just higher up. It's not so high up though, but we'll go ahead and check it out. But yeah, you can see this sky bike over here. Basically a little cart that you ride on these rails up here. I've done this before. It's I believe it's 5,000 won. 3,000 won. So we gotta list prices over here. So 3,000 won to go ahead and take the sky bike. Just kind of go around this area a little bit. Not around the island, unfortunately, but I think it'd be more expensive if that were the case. And over here we have the electric scooters, or the triways, I guess, that they have. Not too bad for 30 minutes. 30 minutes I think is pretty good. And then this is if you want to travel with your child. And then we have the family bikes over here. I'm a solo person, so I don't think I'll be taking that. And then the normal bikes. So like I said, it's 30 minutes for 4,000 won. But renting a bike in Seoul is basically 2,000 won for 2 hours. So they do charge you a lot to ride a bike here. But yeah, you can see all the different bikes kind of set up. But I suppose if you have your own mode of transportation, I'm unsure if you're allowed to bring your own bike or anything. I think you are. I think I've seen some people that have ridden a bike that doesn't look like one of the rental bikes here. But I'm unsure. Just gonna use the classic mode of transportation, my legs. Another cool little thing too, you can actually exchange your money for Nami Island money. Now, is there a reason to do this? Not really. You can still use your money to pay for things. It's not like you need to do it. But what they'll give you is, if I can find one, what they'll give you is a fat steel coin, one representing 1,000 won, and the bigger one representing 5,000 won. So you just basically do an exact exchange. You exchange 1,000 won for a 1,000 won coin, and a 5,000 won for 5,000 won coin. So if you really want to be carrying these heavy metal coins with you all day, then by all means exchange your money. Otherwise, there's not too much reason to exchange your money. Exchange your money. There's no reason to if you don't want to. We got the whatever center over here. I've always been confused by this day. Why is it called the whatever center? I don't know if that's like an English translation mistake, or it really is just whatever. Whatever. But yeah, this place is, it's just got a bunch of different restaurants and shops. So I consider this the main sort of hub area where you just kind of rest and repose, I suppose. But then after you leave this area, it's more of like going on to see the more pretty sides of the island and the different activities you can do as well. See, they got a lot of these very, 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 very old kind of what used to be houses, I suppose. And you can go inside. We'll probably go ahead and take a gander at one. Some over here as well. So I said before, take a look at these little houses. Well, yeah, pretty cozy, if I do say so myself. I don't know if more than 2 people slept in these, but if more than 2 people did sleep in these, it looks pretty tight. But probably it looks like it'd be pretty warm throughout the year. But of course, they don't sleep in these now. They just have these as a reminder. And we'll keep moving on. So we're about to head over to these little kind of cottages over here, as you can see. Now these over here are very, very cool. These are little houses that you can actually rent out for, well, for a price. I mean, you could rent it by yourself, but these are more so to rent with like other people, essentially. All of these houses here, you can just rent for, I think, like the weekend or the day. You can choose how long you'd like to rent it. And it's just like a getaway, basically. Rent it out with a couple friends or family. You have different ones to choose from. So we have the 2+2 cottage. So it has double bed. You have 2 people here. And then here are your prices, right? You have 149,000 won. I'm not sure what preferential fare means. Ah, here we go. So I guess if you book from Sunday to Thursday, you're getting a cheaper rate. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can choose how long you'd like to book your room for. That's what you get. And it's like you want to plan a vacation, basically. I'm not sure how much, I'm guessing this rate is per day. So it is not cheap, that is for sure. Nothing on this island is cheap because it is a touristy spot. But if you're booking with 2 people, basically, you just split it with the other person. As I said, you do have different styles. I would love to stay in one of these someday, just to kind of see what it's like. And you get to just kind of wake up to the lake view every day. And all of them have a patio outside as well, so you can do your own kind of cooking, barbecuing, and you know, also of course walk around the island and enjoy the island experience. And I think you just basically book for however long you'd like to. Alright guys, we made it to the tip of the island, or the other tip of the island I should say. As I said, it's actually a pretty quick walk to get to the other side. I think I made it here in 20 minutes or so, minus all the stops. It is really not that far to go from one end to the other. The island itself is it is decent size, but like I said, there are many things to do. So even if the island isn't particularly big, there are many things to do on the island to occupy your time, essentially. Let's go ahead and take a walk on the dock here. And yeah, you can see all the people doing water sports, water activities. Yeah. It's pretty cool right now because I'm the only one at the dock. here we got the Ostrich Park. Or the Ostrich Zoo, or however you want to talk about it. But yeah, they're just straight chilling, dude. Oh, look at that ostrich over there. Just having fun in the dirt. But yeah, they are very close. You can get right up in there. So you got to be very careful. Like there is, as you can see, there's no barrier here. There's nothing to protect you from them. And I'm fairly sure they could just jump over this. Like ostriches can get some mad hops, but say hello to YouTube, guys. And on the other side, I think there is like feed you can give them, but they do encourage you to not actually just feed them, because they will bite your fingers. All right, guys, this was the coin I was referring to earlier. Obviously, it's not that big. You're not going to be carrying this big fat coin everywhere. But I believe you can exchange some of your money at this tourist office for some of these tombable coins, basically these big, fat, heavy metal coins. But yeah, that's just one thing you can exchange for, and feel like you're really part of the culture here if you want to do that. But it's, like I said, it's more of like a exchange it to get one, and then have a little gift to take home, or a nice souvenir. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take off. Actually, missed this ferry, but we'll catch the next one. We're gonna say hi to my favorite statue. Literally one of the best reasons to come here is this statue with a face that is just splurting water. For anyone who watches my Twitch channel, this is the background picture I have for when I'm not streaming. But this statue right here is my favorite. Wow. We're gonna use this guy as a background here while I wrap it up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour of Nami Island. We saw a lot. I mean, we didn't go towards this side of the island here, but we did see almost everything that was on this island, all the kind of like main things to see and do. In terms of like eating and all of that, there are some restaurants, but I do recommend kind of doing a picnic over a restaurant. They can be a little pricey, and some of them are like, they serve portion sizes that are more for like 2 or 3 or 4 people basically. So if you're coming alone like I did, it's better to just kind of eat off the island or do a picnic basically. But that was Nami Island. We'll definitely be back here for the fall, check out the fall stuff, do all the things we couldn't do today, and like I said, probably again in the winter if enough people request it. So hope you guys enjoyed. As always, like and subscribe. Push that like button. And you guys, as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Hit that little bell, ding-a-ling. Oh, I should have gone and stayed at that bell, huh? Hit that bell if you want to get notified for all my future videos. And forward to the next time we come to Nami Island.